Yo, what up, playa? How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark Roden, and today we're going over 10 JDM cars that you're going to be surprised is under $10,000. Actually, it's 11. I don't know why I said 10. I messed up there. But anyway, it's 11 JDM cars that you're going to be surprised can be found under 10K. I honestly surprised myself making this list, and it was fun to make too. So that's always nice. Anyway, guys, if you enjoy, you already know what to do. Like, comment another video you want to see, and subscribe. And keep in mind, SmoothStance hats, SmoothStance shirts, and SmoothStance shorts are coming soon. So stay ready for that. We just got to get the website done and take a couple pictures, and then it'll be up. Anyway, let's get right into it. Okay, so number 11 is the Mitsubishi Eclipse GTS, which stands for Go Stand Troy, which comes with a 2-liter turbocharged inline-4 that makes 210 horsepower, and it was all-wheel drive. Now, you probably knew that the normal front-wheel drive Eclipse was under $10,000, but the GTS, the one that everybody wants, is as well. And it just makes me a smiley little guy. These cars look super duper good. I can't get over them. Also, they had a watered down Evo engine in it, which is just amazing. If you ever wanted a budget Evo, here's your chance. Just be careful when picking one of these cars up though, because for some reason these cars suffered the fate as a lot of the old cars did, which is they were used as ashtrays pretty much, and the interior is just in terrible condition, and they just never took care of the car. So be careful when going to pick it up, but if you do, you'll be all set. Number 10 is the 9th generation Honda Civic Si. That stands for Sumo Incest, and it comes with a 2.4-liter inline-4 that makes 205 horsepower, and it was front-wheel drive, and this is one of the most underrated Civics out there in my opinion. Most underrated, easily the 7th generation, the one that only came in a hatch as the Type R. That's the most underrated, but this one's pretty damn close too. But that is a good thing if you want one, because they sit happily under $10,000 all the freaking time. It might be a little bit hard to find one with low miles under $10,000 since they are newer cars, and so they're still worth the price, but it can be done. On top of that, you pick one up and you get freaking VTEC, which is enough to make any man just break out his wallet, slap it on the table, and just buy the car. Number 9 is the Nissan 240SX S14, which comes with a 2.4-liter inline-4, making 140 horsepower, and it was rear-wheel drive, obviously, since it's one of the biggest drifty boys out there. Now, we all know the S13 can be found under 10K, but barely, right? Like the S13, you can find it under 10K, but that's a lucky day. You might want to go buy the lottery if you find it. Well, for some reason, the S14 is the more hated brother, so luckily you can get an S14 for cheaper than you can get an S13, which makes absolutely no sense. It's literally just a better S13. They also look better, in my opinion. I mean, listen, I know that S-Chassis fan club is gonna like put me on blast and come to my house and write mean signs and hold them up, but I like the S14 a little bit better, okay? I think they're a little bit cooler. But if you do want an S14, grab one now, because they're not going to be staying under 10K. Number 8 is the Subaru WRX Stink Eye, which comes with the basic Subaru engine, the 2.5-liter turbocharged inline-4, but this one actually makes 305 horsepower, and it was all-wheel drive, of course, and this one actually surprised me a little bit, to be honest. They are the second newest generation of WRX. They make great power, especially for a WRX, and they are one of the most popular cars out there, but you can find them for under 10K? What? That is a freaking steal. That is a steal and a half. They also are extremely reliable cars. If you just need like a daily driver, then they can do that. They do it really well. As long as you don't fiddle with the boost, you're balling. You're balling on a freaking budget too, because these cars are found under 10K. Now keep in mind, I'm not talking about the STI, it's just the WRX, but still, the WRX is a very, 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 very fun car. Number 7 is another Subaru. The Subaru BRZ, that stands for bold real zebras. I don't know, another Subaru, but this one makes me smile. All right, they came with a 2-liter inline-4 that makes 205 horsepower, and they were rear-wheel drive, which is one of the parts that make me smile. But what makes me smile more is that they're pretty much the new Miata, meaning they are lightweight, they have low horsepower, and everybody in the world has one. They're just canyon carving missiles. They're just great at like handling, and it just makes me happy. I love cars like that. But BRZ will be a little bit difficult, only because they are, once again, newer cars, and there's a huge market for them, but they will drop below 10K every once in a while. You just have to keep your eye out. If you want to wait though on this car, it's definitely a good choice because these cars are going to get lower in price. They're coming out with a second generation and millions of people bought them. They will be dropping in price eventually. Number 6 is the Mazda RX7FC. That stands for freaking Cheerios, and it comes with a 1.2 liter 2-rotor, which makes 147 horsepower, and they did sell turbo versions too, but those will be well over 10K. You won't find a turbo RX-7 for under 10K. They also look extremely cool, and they sound amazing since they did come with a rotary, which is just amazing. I mean, I love the rotaries. I think they are one of the coolest sounding engines out there. They're so unique from the rest, and I like Doritos, okay? So I like rotary engines. Keep in mind, these are the opposite of a daily driver though. So if you have time for a project, sure, pick one up. But if you don't have time for a project and you need yourself something that can get you back to work on time, maybe just go with like a Camry or something, because these are probably not the best choice, but they are easily found under $10,000, and it's actually mind-blowing how many people didn't know this. Numero 5 is a Nissan Subaru A31, which is a car you might not even know existed unless you like are in the drift scene. But it comes with a 2-liter inline-6 that makes 148 horsepower, and it was rear-wheel drive, and it's literally a budget Skyline. It shares the exact same engine as the R32 Skyline. Keep in mind, I'm not talking about the GTR. So if you ever wanted an R34 GTR, I mean an R32 GTR, that's a lot more money. You're gonna have to spend a lot of money for that. But if you just wanted a regular R32 like Skyline but couldn't afford it, here's your chance. They do look a little wonky since they are just a normal sedan, but they work really well. And if you're looking for a drift car, it is a great choice, especially for the price that you're going to pay on it. I just don't think, like, if you're going for like a show car or something that can break people's necks, it's probably not the best idea, but it's cool, and it does have that Skyline engine in it, which makes me just a happy puppy. Number 4 is the Nissan 370Z, and it comes with a 3.7 liter V6 that makes 330 horsepower, and it was rear-wheel drive, and it's easily one of the biggest cars to ever come out within the recent years, at least. Everyone knows about them, and I think it's safe to say that everybody likes them at least a little bit. Now listen, I understand if you're going to be like, I hate this 370Z. Okay, I get it, not everybody loves them, but I feel like everybody at least respects them, and to find these under 10K is pretty damn good. These are literally like the better version of my car, and the fact that you can find them for only a couple grand more than my car, honestly, it makes me a little bit upset, but it's also a great deal. Either way, they're well worth the price, and yes, it will be hard to find under $10,000, but like if you like drink a little bit of G Fuel, put phase in your clan tag, you might be able to snipe one. They're found like at 9,900. It's like right below 10 grand, and it's only like every once in a while, but it's possible. Third place is the Toyota Mark II Chaser, and it comes with a 2.5 liter turbocharged inline-6 that makes 280 horsepower, and it was rear-wheel drive, but the horsepower thing is probably just a gentleman's agreement price. I mean, gentleman's agreement horsepower rating, meaning that they most likely have a bit more. If you don't know, the gentleman's agreement is something that a bunch of Japanese car companies came out with. That means that they can't market a car as having more than 280 horsepower just so that they don't like kill anybody. Anyway, these also look extremely good. In between this one and the other Chaser that everybody knows about, I can't decide which one I like better. All right, I said it. You heard it here first. Mark doesn't know if he likes the Mark II Chaser or the JZX90 Chaser, but he doesn't know, all right? They're both sick. They also came with the 1JZ GTE, which is pretty much the little brother to the insanely popular and insanely powerful 2JZ GTE. And people say it can handle pretty decent power, upwards of 700 on stock internals, and that is really, really good. Number 2 is the Toyota Corolla AE86, and it comes with a 1.6 liter inline-4 that makes 114 horsepower, and it was, of course, rear-wheel drive. That's why they had an initial D. And yes, that's extremely small, but as we all know, these cars are popular because of one reason and one reason only: initial D. It's the only reason why everybody likes them. And people will swap out the motors anyway, so that 114 horsepower doesn't really matter. Now, these ones are a bit weird because since they're so rare and they're so wanted, it's kind of hard to even find one just for sale, let alone under 10 grand. As a matter of fact, in all of New England, there's only one for sale right now, but it's under $10,000, and yes, before you ask, it does run and drive. Just keep that in mind, okay? Which is why I put it in. It's under 10 grand, but I'm not 100% sure that's accurate, so take it with a grain of salt. This could just be a one-time thing and a great deal, but I can't imagine that these cars are massively overpriced because they really aren't anything special, and not a lot of kids really overhype them, and so they're probably, I think it's safe to say that you can find one for under 10 grand. First place though is the Nissan Skyline GTS T R33. And it comes with a 2.5 liter turbocharged inline six that makes 247 horsepower, and it was rear wheel drive. Yes, that is right, baby, rear wheel drive. Not all-wheel drive. Only the GTR was all-wheel drive for Nissan, okay? Keep that in mind. Anything else below the GTR trim level on the Skylines is not going to be all-wheel drive. Anyways, the reason I put this number 1 is because it shocked me the most. I never expected to see any Skyline sitting under 10 grand, but I looked it up, and since this is the most hated Skyline, and it's not a GTR, they were under 10K pretty consistently, even after being imported into the States, which is mind-blowing. You would think they charge a lot more for that, but they're not. Now, do I think this car, or any of these cars for that matter, deserve more than 10K in their current state? No, not really. All these cars on this list, besides like the newer ones like the BRZ and the 370Z and the WRX Stink Eye, I don't think they deserve 10K. They're just really, really hyped up, and so they can raise the prices. But it still shocks me that since the hype for the Skyline is massive, that you can find one for under 10 grand. And the GTS-T is arguably the second best trim level anyway, besides the GTR. And once again, it's arguably the best if you're going into drifting, since it was rear wheel drive. Anyway, guys, that is the end of this list. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to like, comment another video you want to see, and subscribe for more. I'm sorry to like keep you guys waiting. Yesterday, I thought I was gonna pick up a hood for my 350Z today, but I ended up not, because I couldn't fit it in my PT Cruiser. So we're probably gonna go tomorrow, I don't know, but hopefully that video will be up pretty soon, me getting a hood. I really want that hood, so gotta try my best here. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, you gotta know what to do. Be on the lookout, okay? Because we're about to be dropping some merch, boys, all right? And I'm excited. I can't wait. I hope you guys are excited too. I really hope it doesn't flop. But yeah, I'm super excited. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be freaking sick nasty. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Das Vidania. Have a nice night.